Hello everyone, welcome to this short video. I got some new watercolours recently and I thought they looked really interesting, so yesterday I decided to put the camera on while I tried them for the first time. It was very cold in the studio, hence why I'm wearing gloves, which looks a little bit funny, but we'll just ignore that. They're beautiful gloves. They were knitted by Crixus, by the way, and they were a present last Christmas and I love them. But yeah, I got these three colours from the Winsor & Newton Revival collection, I think they're called. I have it open on my phone here. Yes, the Revival collection. There are 8 beautiful historical colours. I chose 3 of them, the 3 that I thought would work best with my general colour palette and the way I work and what I love to paint. The first one that I've swatched there was called Ultramarine Ash, and it is the most gorgeous, muted, soft, greyish kind of blue. The second one I chose was Mineral Grey, which is what I'm swatching here, and that is a beautiful greenish grey. So the third one from the collection was called Ostwald Grey, and you know how I love a grey, so I thought I'd get that one, and it didn't disappoint. It's quite a bold grey. Could be quite nice in place of black, this one, I think. If you want something that's kind of a bit more granulating and just a bit more interesting than a black. Anyway, I would highly recommend them. So I'm glad that I got the chance to share them with you as I tried them for the first time. So this little set is a new Deep Light watercolour set called Soul of the Oak, and the inspiration was an oak tree near their factory. Each colour kind of represents a different part of that landscape around the oak tree, and I was intrigued by these colours because they're some new colours from Deep Light, and I think the first one I'm unwrapping here is called Yellow Lichen or Yellow Lichen, however you pronounce that. And then there's another one called Acorn Rust. That's the one I'm unwrapping at the moment. It's very funny doing a voiceover, actually, rather than speaking to the camera as I do this. But we're just going to go with it. So yeah, Acorn Rust was the second one. The third one was called Oak Moss, which is a brilliant name. I think you're going to absolutely go crazy for these colours, by the way. I'm going to do a little spoiler here. They are absolutely gorgeous. The fourth one is called Soul of the Oak. I had to cut the footage of me unwrapping these because it took quite some time, especially with the gloves on. It was such a cold and kind of grey day yesterday, and it is again today. I felt like I just needed something to lift my spirits, which is why I decided to just take some time to swatch these. Okay, so the fifth one I'm unwrapping now is called Purple Reed. And the last one is called Haze Blue, which kind of reminds me of a Schminker super granulation colour. They do remind me a little bit of those colours actually, because they're quite granulating, as you will see when I swatch them in a moment. As you may or may not know, I'm a Deep Light ambassador, so I'm very lucky. I'm sent their new colours when they release a new set of paints, and it's always really exciting to try some brand new colours. So here I'm just pre-wetting them. It's always a good idea, particularly with handmade watercolours, just to give them a little bit of water and let it sit for maybe a minute or two to kind of reactivate the colours. But Deep Light paints always reactivate really well and very, very quickly. So the first one we're going to try is the Yellow Lichen or Yellow Lichen, and this colour just seems to glow. It is a lovely, natural, golden yellow. I don't really use that many yellows in my work, generally speaking, but I do love a very pale kind of Naples yellow, more of like a maybe dirty kind of paler yellow, but also something sometimes in the right setting that's just a gorgeous golden colour. So that's a really nice one. So in this video, I'm not going to be making some artwork with these paints because this is just a quick swatching session. I was just so keen to share them with you because I knew that you'd love them. So this one's called Acorn Rust. So it's a really lovely rusty colour, but it kind of separates and granulates. It's like the more water you use, it tends to go a little bit more yellow. Really interesting colour and perfect for this time of year. It's the perfect autumn colour. So the next one is Oak Moss, and it's hard to choose a favourite actually in this set, but this might be one of them. I know I've only got 6 to choose from, but they were all so lovely. So again, you can see if you add more water to this one, it granulates beautifully and you get a little bit of colour separation going on there with the pigments too. By the way, I'll leave all the details for Deep Deep Light in the description beneath this video. And don't forget, if you fancy placing an order, I have a code for you. The code's Deep Deep Natasha, and I'll write that in the description too. So you get 10% off if you use that code. So that's applicable for all time, basically. You can use that whenever. It's just a little something to give you a bit of a discount. But yeah, the really dark Soul of the Oak is such an interesting colour. It's kind of green, kind of grey. Reminds me a little bit of, is it Zoisite by Daniel Smith? It's a little bit like that. I just love the texture these have. You can really see it on this paper. Purple Reed is, I would say, probably the colour in this palette that I would use the least, but I think it's an absolutely beautiful colour and it works so well with the rest of the palette. But I'm just not a huge fan of purples in general, but this one is really muted and much more natural, which is lovely. But yeah, it's probably going to be my least used, I would imagine. And Haze Blue is just lovely. It's granulating, it's a very soft blue, and I feel like the more muted and soft colours in this collection work really well with the two at the beginning that are much kind of brighter and bolder, the yellow and the Acorn Rust colour. But yeah, really lovely collection of colours, and I think that they work really well with the Winsor & Newton ones as well, which I was surprised about because I didn't buy those to go with the Deep Deep Light paints, but I think you could honestly use all of these together in a palette and they'd look amazing. So I hope that this short video has just inspired you and made you excited to pick up your watercolours, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, raised your spirits a little bit. Things are very difficult in the world at the moment, aren't they? And I kind of feel that art is more important than ever. And I've tended to find great solace in my art recently. It's the thing that takes my mind off everything else that there is to worry about. So if you're feeling like that, just know that you're not alone. And I'm going to keep making these videos. I'm going to keep bringing you, hopefully, things that will inspire you and things that will cheer you up and things that will make you feel part of a community of people who all love the same thing. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.